Hi guys, it's Kath from Simple Reflect and Early Years Programming Mastermind, and I'm on a mission to help early childhood educators shine. Now, as you come on, say hi. I love to chat to educators. It's Friday. It's almost 5 o'clock on Friday. Actually, I looked at the time and went, oh, I'm going to miss the sun. I love to sit in the sun. My Jack is barking at me. Jack, come here. Seems to think I'm a stranger. Say hi. Say hi. Hi, everyone. I'm being attacked by a sausage dog. He thinks I'm a stranger. I'm sitting up in the corner of the yard where I don't normally sit. And because I wanted to catch the last little bit of the sun before it went down. It is pretty freezing cold here. We're orange and we're forecast for snow soon, so that will be lots of fun for the children. But I had a little bit of a guilt thing happening this afternoon. The last 3 days, Wednesday night, we did Munch and Move training with my scheme, and it is hi Nat, how are you? Have you done Munch and Move? It's a program that we do through the schemes, and they talk about healthy eating and movement and how to promote water to children and how to promote healthy eating to families. And it gives us lots of statistics about how the children are eating and what they're drinking and all of those sorts of things. But it also goes into the changes over the last few years on how children are developing and some of the skills that they're actually missing because we have, for instance, stopped using monkey bars with the children, so they haven't developed those muscles, and how a lot of the time they're climbing with their feet rather than pulling themselves up, and it really focuses on how children's development has changed over the last few years, and it teaches us exercises that we can do with the children to promote that muscle growth. And it also looks at promoting a healthy lifestyle, really promoting that language of sometimes foods as well, and is that a healthy choice, making good choices, those sorts of things. Well, on a Friday afternoon, I like to pick Lock up from school, and we go and get sundaes from McDonald's. And I'm driving through the drive-through this afternoon. I went, I've spent 3 days focusing on healthy eating and making good choices and muscle development and what to do. And we hop in the car and we went to Macca's for the afternoon. I was like, no, that's not good choices. This is not. And then I had to talk to him about, this isn't a really healthy choice for us to do, but it's really nice to do at the end of the week. But it's not a very healthy choice. I was like, oh yeah, that's not very clever. But the Munch and Move program has a free app that you can actually download on your phone. So if you haven't done the program and you're interested in doing it, or actually just checking it out, it's Munch and Move, and it's in the App Store, and it was free to download. And then when it asks you for the code, you just say, no, I haven't got the code, and it lets you download some of it. So it's really interesting, and the children love the dances. There's dances and there's exercises on there, and we do it in my lounge room, so it's for winter. If your children get a little bit of cabin fever in winter, it is a great thing to do with them, just to get them a little bit more active than they might have been, in a really positive, fun way. So that I just thought I'd share with you my little bit of guilty pleasure for this afternoon, but say that I hope everyone's had a really good week, being a Friday. And I want to share with you what we've got happening next week as well. Oh, and then I've got something else. I have spent the last, it took me about an hour, so about 2 o'clock-ish, I sent out all of the participation certificates for the Programming Masterclass. So if you haven't received one and you did the Programming Masterclass Where to Start with me, then shoot me an email because I have sent all those off now. In the same token, if you would like the replay of the Programming Masterclass, it was a free webinar that we did this week talking about where to start. And I've really enjoyed chatting and getting emails from educators about their takeaways from the masterclass, and actually talking about things that are really important to me when I start new children, and when a new program needs to be started or needs to roll along, those sorts of connections and questions to ask. And I spoke about all of those. So if you would like the replay, I will put it in the links below. But this week we have a EYLF beginners course, which looks at the language of the EYLF, the practices, the principles and the outcomes, and how to use them in your observations. So that starts on Monday. It's a 10-part course that we will be going through all of the outcomes. It's got a pre-recorded video, and then it's got a live Q&A question time with it for each of the outcomes, so that we start to really build our understanding of how to use the language, where to use the language, and probably why as well. So that is going to start on Monday. There were some fast action bonuses that I offered in the Programming Masterclass as well, and all of them haven't gone yet. So if you would like one of those fast acting bonuses, then grab that as quick as you can. I will put the link in the notes as soon as I hop off here. If you've got any questions, pop them in as well. Have you got any questions from this week, guys? I've been answering email questions from the Programming Masterclass, but I'd love to have some live questions if you have any. One of the main takeaways, I suppose, that educators have been emailing me about is thinking about the questions to ask educators when they're starting a new child. So what questions are important to you? And actually either surveying your parents if you're in a long daycare centre and you want something that's written down, or just have a list that you can ask new families and new parents of a list of questions that you can ask that will help you start a new child off on the right foot. And that is questions like, are they scared of anything? Have they had any bad experiences in care before? What are they really interested in at the moment? What would they, as parents, like to see you as an educator work on with their child? What do they see as some struggles that their child may have that you would love to work on with them, or they would love you to work on them as well? Some of those sorts of questions that I think when we are interviewing new parents, we get a little bit nervous and we don't necessarily ask all the questions that we intend to ask. So it's a great thing to write yourself a list, but that is definitely one of the questions that I've been asking about, that I've been answering through the emails, is what other questions can I be asking a parent so that I get better insight into this individual child that I want to connect with? And it really is, it's individual questions that matter to you, that will help you settle a new child in, will help you invite them into your setting, help them feel welcome and loved and cared for and safe right from the start. Things that you can do that will form a connection with that child, because that's what it's all about right at the start. It's about a child's connection and child's safety. So that's just one of the things I've been talking about all week with educators from the Programming Masterclass. And I hope that does help you. If there is any others, then pop them in, and I'm sure there is a lot of others. And have a beautiful week. Remember to shine. Bye, guys.